Hi there, this is Art and Such with my Rainbow Loom tutorial for my pet monster from the 1980s cartoon series. We are going to be making the body and legs a little shorter than what you see here, and we're going to add a little more blue on the face. Otherwise, we'll follow this design. You're going to need a light blue, a dark blue, pink, white, and red. And I will show you how to make the eyes using yellow and black bands, as well as how to make them using beads. I'm using yellow beads, and you can have white eyes or yellow, that's up to you. And I'll also be showing you how you can make the nose using 2 single blue bands, or you can use a large pony bead for the nose. Other notes, if you want to make the handcuff chains at the end, I'll show you how to do that. This part's pretty easy. And we're going to be doing a lot of this on our hook, some of it on the loom. And this is somewhat of a moderate project, moderate level. So let us begin with the arms. For the arms, you're going to take your light blue, take 3 bands, hold them together, put them over the end of your hook, twist it around once, twist it around twice. And now we pull this onto 6 sets of triple bands. So take 3 bands, put them on the end, slide your first 3 over, and bring the other end back on. We do this again. This will be our second time. 3 bands, bring it over, put it back, and 4 more times. We'll start moving a little faster here. When you have your total of 6 sets of double bands, you're going to take 2 single blues and pull your arm on top. This will make it easier to connect. And there's one. Let's do our second arm. 3 bands, wrapped twice, pulled onto 6 sets of triple bands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and onto 2 single bands. I'm going to put this onto another hook just to get it out of the way here. But you can leave it on and just push it back. Doesn't really matter. Our feet are similar, but I've kind of added an extra step at the bottom. For the bottom of this one, I'm going to take 6 bands together instead of the 3. Put my hook through, give it 1 twist. You can give it 2 if you're feeling comfortable with that. And this is going to go on to 4 sets of triple bands. So 3 bands again. Now originally I did put this on 6 sets instead of 4, so if you want the longer legs, you can keep this on 6, but I should warn you that we're going to be making the body shorter too, so we want some balance here. That's 1 group of 3, 2 groups of 3, 3, and 4. Just making sure we get all of these through. So it's going to be just a little bit shorter, and we pull this onto 2 blue bands And I'm going to leave this on my hook for the moment. And I'll repeat for the other leg. So 6 bands, wrapped once or twice, it is up to you. We pull it onto 4 sets of 3. So that's one group of 3. Two, 3. You'll feel there's a lot of tension here because we have so many. It makes it very sturdy, which is a good thing. That's what we're trying to get. And 4. And bring these onto 2 more bands. Again, you might want to put these on another hook, but you can leave them where they are. Either is okay. Let's go to the loom, and we're going to start on our head. This is sort of a faster project than what I've been doing, so we're going to jump right into it. And we're going to take 3 pink bands, whatever color you want, at the top of the head, and bring them from the top center to the top right. And that's going to be this part here. Take another 3 and come from the top center to the top left. And now we're going to take our dark blue and come down with double bands on each of our 3 rows. On the left and on the right, we switch to pink, and we come down twice with double bands. From the second peg to the third peg, and from the third peg to the fourth peg. Now in the middle, we're going to come down with double blue bands again. This is our dark blue. And then we will switch to pink for the next 2 sets, coming down in the middle, from the third peg to the fourth peg to the 5th, and grab another set of double bands. Bring it from your 4th side to your 5th center, and from the other side, the 4th to the 5th center, and press those down just a little bit. Let's do the layout for our body, and then we'll come in and do some of our details. You're going to take your dark blue body color and come from your 5th center to your 5th right, double bands, press down, and 5th center to the 5th left, double bands, press down. Now we're going to switch to our light blue on the side, and we will come down. Let's finish up the middle first. We're going to take a set of navy, come from the 5th to the 6th pegs in the center if you're counting down, and we're going to do 3 more sets. 1, 2, 3. Let's just double check that. I think we got it right. You can add 1 more. So you're going to have a total of 5 sets in the center. Now on the side, we're going to use our dark blue again, and we'll add our light blue as an extension. So come down the sides once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And likewise on the left, double bands all the way. And use double bands to come in from the side to the center. It's your 5th right peg if you're counting from the bottom to the 4th in the center. And do likewise coming down diagonally from the left. And we can cap off the bottom. We'll do that right now. Take a single, twist it over that bottom center peg once, twice, 3 times. Let's put our arms and our legs on. Now the legs are the shorter one, and they have the thicker, tighter bottom. Those can go onto the 5th peg up from the bottom of your loom where we finished our dark blue on the side. And our arms are going to go on the 5th peg from the top of the loom where we started the dark blue for the body. Just transfer the bands from your hook onto those pegs. And be sure that you get all of them, please. We will put on some holding bands for the body. We're using dark blue to match the inner body. And we're going to start at the 6th peg down, stretch it to the 6th peg across, and bring it up over the center 6th. This is a single triangle holding band. We'll do the same thing over the 3 pegs below, and 2 more times we repeat that. For our side extension for the body, we're going to go to our light blue color, and we're going to take a single, wrap it once or twice. I'm going to do it twice, and pull this onto 4 single bands. So that's 1, 2, just like a single chain, 3, 4. And we take the bands that are on the hook and place them over the arm. And you're going to stretch out your chain and look for the bottom 2 or 3 bands, which we will catch with our hook and place on the peg that is holding our legs. I'm trying to get all 3 of those. Press it down all the way, and we're going to catch 1 piece of each chain and bring it up over the peg on the side that it corresponds to. Let's do that again for the right side. Single, wrapped twice, light blue, pulled onto 4 single bands. We stretch it from the arm peg on the right to the leg peg on the right, which is better than a peg leg, I guess. And grab 1 piece out of each chain to pull over the center, or sorry, the side pieces. So our body is ready. Let's continue to set up the rest of our head here. We're going to do our holding bands first. We're going to take dark blue and come from the 2nd peg to the 2nd peg to the 2nd peg, another triangle. And we're going to do 2 of these with pink, just underneath from across your 3rd pegs and across your 4th pegs. We can add our eyes and our nose pieces next. So I'm going to show you first of all how you would make the eyes if you were using bands and not beads. You take a black band, wrap it 3 times onto your hook, or even 2 will do, so that you have, 3 times so you have 4 loops. Take a yellow, pull it over the black, wrap it once, twice, 3 times, and once, so here's 3 times, and then the last time we wrap it on this closer side, so it looks like the yellow is larger on the right. And for our next eye, we wrap our black 3 times, and we're going to wrap our yellow more on the outside. 1, 2, 3, and once on the other side of the black. Press those together. You can even keep all the yellow on the outside if you want. And then this will go onto a pink band. And you try to keep it in that order. If not, you can do a little adjusting once it's on. And this comes from your 2nd peg to your 2nd peg. I'm going to do it with my trusty yellow beads. And as I said, I'll reiterate, you can use white as well. But for beads, you want to get both of your beads onto a band. I'm going to use Kate Schultz's dental floss or wire method, which is to push the floss through both beads, bring it through my pink band, follow the same route back through my beads, and slide on. And I'll be using a black Sharpie to add a pupil at the end. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. This comes from the second peg to the second peg, and we're going to actually try and stretch it just under the third peg in the middle. Maybe we won't. We'll just leave it there and see what happens. I think that'll be just as well. For our nose and our teeth, let me show you how to make the teeth, and then I will show you what to do for the nose, your two options. You're going to take a single, wrap it 3 times. Take a single, these are white, double it over, pull your white through. That's one tooth. We'll repeat. Single, wrap 3 times. You can make it tighter if you want. Put it onto a doubled over single. Now here is where you're going to put on your nose. We have 2 teeth on the right, a nose, 2 teeth on the other side. If you're using your bands, you're going to take 2 single blues, put them on the end of your hook, wrap them once, twice, 3 times, push, and then we make the other 2 teeth. Otherwise it'll be exactly the same as we're doing with the bead. The bead, you put it on, and we make our other teeth here. Single, wrapped 3 times, pulled onto a doubled over single, replace the end, and one last one. You can see it's getting tight on my hook here. It's okay, we've almost got it. Now this part's a little bit hard. We're going to take a pink, put it on the end, single pink, carefully slide our teeth over, carefully slide your nose over. If it's bands, you'll do the same thing. Slide the bands over, and last tooth. This goes from the second peg to the second peg, just as our eyes did. And this one we'll try and press underneath the third peg in the center. So I've just pulled it under, but it's coming across here. We're going to make the little horns for the top of the head, and those are exactly the same as the teeth. So take a single, wrap it 3 times, tighter if you want, put it onto a doubled over single white band, put the other end on, and we apply this directly to our top left peg, and one more for the top right. Single wrapped, pulled onto a doubled over single. Put the other end back, place on the top right side. Okay, we are ready to loop up. Come to the bottom, get underneath your cat band, and take your top 2 bands, lift them up and over to the left side. I have one more to get here. Find your next 2, which are these, and bring them up through the cat band, from under the cat band. Just going to take a second to find those. Bring those to the side, the right side. And your last 2 are coming up and over and straight. We're going to go up the side, and you're going for the bottom 2 navy bands each time. You take the open part of your hook, point it up, and press everything else back until you've scooped up those last 2. Push everything back, and really on these next ones, all you should have in your way is the triangle bands. And one more time, we need to look for this diagonal band, which is coming in from the center. We're going to carefully scoop that up and over. There are two of them, I should say. And we'll repeat all of this for the left side, for the right side. I'm getting my sides confused today, I'm not sure why. You're taking the two bottom bands from each side. And get your diagonal bands again. Bring them up and over. And come up the center the rest of the way. Three and four. We need to look for our top two left hand diagonal bands. Push back your blue bands. Carefully guide those top pinks up. That's one. The thing I like about this part of the process is once you get the first two, the next ones become a little easier, and the ones after that become easier still. First you have to get the first ones first. Let's find our next two, bring them up to the left side, the right side, the opposite side from the one that we just did, and bring your last two up straight. Let's finish up the side. Come in and grab your bottom two, loop them up, loop up again. One more time, blues this time, and bring, we'll actually just stop there and we'll bring our pinks on once we've looped the center. Maybe we'll do that next. We're going to pop the nose up, loop up once, pop the nose back down, loop up again. We're going for the blue that is tucked under that nose there. And get your last blue and loop it up. And the right side, come up once, twice, thrice, and we can now bring both sides to the middle. We have 3 bands on each of these pegs, so check that you're getting all 3 as you come up. This makes that top fur a little thicker. And we're going to take 4 reds, 4 single reds, put them on your fingers, take the open part of your hook and point it away and press your hook through the bands on the top center peg. Catch your 4 red bands on the open part of the hook, and you can see I'm keeping this tight because we're going to pull all of these up and through. Put the other end on and make a slip knot by pulling one side over the other. Now hold on to this with your finger and we can ease this off of the loom. Okay, my pet monster looks a little bit wonky, so we need to bring down the mouth nose piece, pop the eyes out. You're going to take one of the bands from your top of the head piece and secure it at the back. So I'm just taking one of these and I'm going to slide it under a couple of other bands, put it onto a C-clip. And pop that under a nearby band. Okay, for the eyes, let's see if we can get the blues to the side. Not so well. That's okay. We're gonna just try and bug them out as much as we can, and I feel like they should be closer still. I'm gonna bring my blues to the outside as best I can here. Maybe we'll leave just one in the middle. if you have used beads for your eyes, you can now take a Sharpie black marker, permanent marker, and draw some little circles on right above the nose, right where it meets in the center, because he's kind of cross-eyed. Got those cute little yellow cross-eyed eyes. Trying to make those really, really round if I can. And then I'll show you how to do the chain, the little handcuffs. Just keep him from being a monster all the time, or a crazy monster anyway. So for the handcuffs, you can take 2 golds, come back to that in a minute, and you're going to wrap them over the arm once. So stretch, twist, pull it over. And then we are going to make a little chain, and I used, I think, about 3 bands, but you can do it according to your like. I'll use my 3 again. And what I will do is take a single gold, put my hook under one of the pieces of the handcuff, bring my single under, and place the other end on, like so. I'll take 2 more. So here's one, pull it through both of the bands, both sides of the band on my hook, and one more time. And now we're going to take a single, wrap it once over the other arm. So what we did on the other side, but only once. And we're going to pull one side, one of the pieces on the hook over the other, create a slip knot, and this piece gets wrapped over the hand. Trying to get you a good view here. This piece will go over the hand, and then we fold it over, wrap it a second time, twist it over. Okay, so there is my pet monster. Thank you for watching.